Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark. We are proud to have been selected for the Evil Hat Games Creator Program. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit DragonMasterGames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoy the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, exclusive booster game nights, and roles on our booster bonus table. Now, without further delay, allow me to introduce you to my cohorts Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to Blades in Paradise. I'm Paul, your Blades daddy for our first campaign. As always, I'm joined by the savvy scoundrels of ESPN. Reminder to everyone doing your introductions to give your pronouns of yourself and your character. We're going to go in Discord order, as always.
He was working in delivery in paradise until his boss falsely confessed to about a dozen crimes. What was he to do? Where was he to go as acting CEO? So after settling the score with famous Nathan, I'm afraid that Doc developed a new obsession. He was brash, he was stressed, what a mess, that's how he made an enemy. So who would have guessed that he soon would conspire to finally rid the world of all vampires? And now Max is finally lucid, watch out Benny. Sterling and Lizzie took their vengeance, don't steal from me. He's the orphan with a brilliant idea for every scenario. Well, he's the party's whisper. It's Winston Thoreau. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, he, his, and I'm be playing Dr. Winston Thoreau. Also, he, his.
I will give you a bonus die. I will politely remind you that Janie is actually ahead of you in Discord order. For next time.
Sorry, listen, I have been going first for like 30 episodes at this point.
I get it.
I'm stuck in my ways. Fun fact about Dr. Winston Thoreau. He has actually met the ghost of one Fran Drescher. I will not be answering any questions at this time.
I dig it.
I wish I could just kind of contract that out because that was really good.
Thank you.
And I'm Janie. I do not have an awesome thing like that. I'm really bad at this part, but I'm Janie. And I have to tell you who I'm playing, right?
Yes.
JG Wentworth. She, they, and JG went to the Matlock School of Law.
I dig it. I like that. I can tell you're also getting Facebook ads for the Matlock revival. Or that's a weird coincidence, one or the other.
That part of no, I'm not getting those. I'm getting a lot of
Kathy Bates is playing Matlock now, apparently. Not sponsored by NBC.
Also, double what? I like none of this.
Oh, not sponsored by CBS. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm getting ads for Chinese dramas, not Matlock. I didn't know there was a reboot. I just
weirdly topical.
Yeah, I went to the Matlock School of Law, and my constructor was Olivia Benson.
Okay.
And Elliot Stabler. Their characters off at Law and Order SVU.
That is very on brand for this show to just have a pop culture reference be an actual character.
Okay, I'm just going to stop now.
Justin, you may now go in your normal order.
Hello, I'm Justin. I play the lovable scoundrel and mostly dressed most of the time. Maximilian Graves, both of us are he, him. And I am the reference. And yeah, that is my entire character.
All right. I guess Max's fact is just he is a pop culture reference. That works for me.
Hi, I'm Queenie. she, her, and I play Lizzie, Calhoun, the Hound. She, her also. And Lizzie doesn't really know any pop culture because she's from a small town and she just knows her books. She does know who Jack Ryan is.
I was gonna say, you just proved you know pop culture because you at least read. I feel like Lizzie thinks she doesn't know pop culture because she thinks pop culture has something to do with soda.
Which one of your neighbors is Jack Ryan?
My next door neighbor.
Oh, what does he do in the town of Tightwad?
He has the cows.
Oh, awesome.
All the cows. He is the cow farmer.
Yep.
He's really milking that for all it's worth.
Hey, listen, no one has a beef with Jack Ryan around here.
Riley, please stop us.
Take this bull by the horns.
Nobody else can cut the cheese like Jack can.
I want to see how this plays out.
I'm just trying to steer us back on track.
All right, I'll do my best. Hi, I'm Riley Day. I play Sterling, the brash and scrappy scoundrel, mostly as they. Maybe I'll clarify that in the future fact, but not today. Once upon a time, Sterling and Mercy spent about 15 minutes designing a card-based tabletop role-playing game. The entire rules go a little like this. Shuffle 18 cards and do your best. Draw a joker for crit success. Faces mean you've made a mess. Aces often result in death. And that's it.
Alright, we have 2 all-star introductions today. I had bonus dice for Sterling this session.
Thank you.
I know what we're playing the next time Sterling has a game night.
Awesome.
This was covered mostly in the musical interlude, but I will do the recap nonetheless. Last time, a lucid Max met with Rebecca Elizabeth Gates, a.k.a. Samantha Sung, at Salud, the bar where everyone vaguely knows what you look like. She revealed she no longer wished to be a vampire, and asked Max to go find J.C. Penney, who might hold the key to helping Benny cure vampirism. In exchange, she would help him take down Procter & Gamble. She also revealed Max's blood is toxic to vampires, but may also be the key to curing their sunlight weakness. Lizzie Sterling and Juicy Lucy absolutely demolished Julius Orange's cronies with the help of Mother Ducker, only to find out the contents of the storage locker Julius had stolen were already in the hands of famous Nathan. Winston entered the evidence locker to sabotage the black box and had his spirit friend, Amos, blow the power. However, that had unintended consequences, filling the police station with green melted ghosts. A ghost inserted its fist into Winston's chest as the session concluded. We're not going to start with Winston. That's probably what every audience would like. But no, JG, you were delayed by a legal matter in your office and were running late to the police station to view the evidence with Winston when you see Max emerging from Salute across the street. Max, you are actually still lucid from last time. You both briefly make eye contact before the power goes out. Max, in your lucid state, you fully remember what a power outage happens. So, what do you each do?
Let's see. I am lucid. I would like to go maybe a block or 2 down, and I would like to take a device that I will construct during a flashback, if you will.
Are you flashing back to earlier today when you were lucid, or a time where Max wasn't lucid? I'm curious.
Earlier today when I was lucid.
Okay, cool. Flashback.
I go scour myself in the shower and prepare my clothing for the upcoming date. And as I'm getting ready, I like to flashback so that I can make my little device. It's a homing device that I can put inside the steak that I had prepared earlier.
I will make that a 1 stress flashback. For clarification, you mean the wood, the steak, and not a hunk of meat, correct?
Correct.
Just making sure. Alright, so flashback to the forward, your wooden steak has a tracking device in it.
Correct. And now, flashing forward, I walk a few blocks away and I take out the device and see if I can see if it works properly.
Roll Tinker. I would say this is a control because you have nothing giving you a sense of urgency.
No. It's more of an academic experiment, if you will. Let's see. That is a 5.
Yeah, works fine. You presumably have a transmitter receiver device. The receiver is recognizing it. You get like a high-pitched whine noise because they are right next to each other and they don't like that.
Oh, that's not good. I have to work on that. All right. What are my current surroundings? Now that I'm lucid, I need to make some plans.
All right, well, you were at the restaurant, which was across the street from the police station. You walked about 2 blocks away from both of the points of interest, so you're probably... This is the artisan district, so... I'm going to put you by Mr. Norris's bookstore. Or not bookstore, Yeah, so he's like, oh, hello, Max! Do you know why the power's out?
Well, we're working on that, my friend. Here's the thing. I'm looking for some copies of some literature that you might possess. Would you be able to assist me with this?
He looks both ways like, yeah, but be quiet about it. You're not supposed to let people know I have that. Come on. He waves you in. And he shuts the door behind you, and he hangs up a little sign that says, back in 15 minutes.
Oh, it may take longer.
Yeah, well, if you ever interacted with the business, put that sign up, it means sometime between 15 minutes from now and the rest of the shift.
Ah, very good.
It may as well say closed on it.
Yes, shift is usually about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah. Based on the mail room at my apartment complex, could be anywhere between 15 minutes and 2 hours.
Right. So, I'm looking for some ancient literature. I don't mean stuff from about 15 days ago because things change so often. I mean, look at me. Never mind. So, what do we have? Do we have anything of that variety? Several 100 years of age?
Oh, okay, a couple 100 years. You said ancient, I was like, you want some Babylonian? Give me
Follow
me.
No. The year is 2345. Ancient would be probably the 1980s, maybe a little further back.
Okay, well, let's just go down to my secret book storage area, and he pulls there's like scrolls of manuscripts on the wall. He finds one that's like clearly a dummy, and he pulls it, and the wall reveals to like do a spiral staircase that goes down to the basement. Presumably you follow him.
Oh, yes, I follow.
Yeah, is there a specific text you're looking for? I have a modest private library. I do try and distribute the books to the people who need them most, but I do have a private collection.
Well, I'm actually looking for a few items. There's Bram Stoker's Dracula. That was a good read. I'm also looking for anything about possibly Frankenstein, or let's see, there's zombies. If you know what those are, they are walking undead that like to feast upon the flesh of others. And if you don't mind, anything that might be about a creature called Nosferatu.
Ah, okay, you want some classic horror, sure. And he goes through, pulls out a couple of books for you, and he says, I need this one back. And he holds up his copy of Dracula. And you see, looking into it, there are annotations all over the margins. This copy of Dracula allegedly belonged to the hunter of Dracula that it was based on. According to the handwriting, the signature looks like it belonged to an Oscar Van Helmons.
Oh, he misspelled his name.
Yeah, according to the notes in the margins, everything is terribly wrong about vampires.
Terribly. Very good.
Yeah, but if you want additional reading material, I find it fascinating as a historical document. But it might be the Ravens of Aladdin. I don't have any a way to authenticate whether or not this Oscar Van Helmons actually killed a vampire, since they are conventionally considered to be fictional creatures.
Right. See, I need some other, maybe more historical documents. Do you have anything from the early 1900s, maybe even the very late 1800s?
Okay, Lizzie, because you have points to study, roll survey for this guy to look for what Max needs, because Max isn't giving a great description, so he's just vaguely going through his collection.
Okay. I got a 6 and a 4.
And with a 6, he's like, okay, based on your vague description, he pulls out the exact thing you're looking for. What are you looking for?
Oh, sweet. All right. I'm looking for some historical evidence into some corporations, some businesses from back in that time.
Ah, yes. Here we go. This is... So he has like a couple of things. He has a record of businesses incorporated between the years of 1980 and 2025. Very, very dry reading.
Yes. Anything further back?
Oh, I'm sorry. 1880 and 1920. There we go.
Ah, very good.
You started with the 1980s earlier in this line of dialogue, and I hung on to that year apparently.
Oh, yes. It's a very good year to hold on to. A lot of nostalgia for a lot of people.
Yeah, so he slides that book back. He's like, that one's a trivia piece because, funny thing, apparently, a lot of companies in the 21st century, they ended up being popularized as names here in the 24th century.
Right. For example, the Johnson brothers, I think there were 2 of them.
Oh, yes, the owners of the very powerful law firm.
Yes, and I don't suppose you have anything about a corporation called Procter & Gamble by chance.
Procter & Gamble. Oh, yes, the namesakes of the CEOs of Lantern Corps.
Yes,
I can find that really quick for you. He looks for it. This is just information. There's actually, conveniently, there is a book about the corporate history of Procter & Gamble Corporation, and he hands that to you. It's basically, you have access to the 21st century Wikipedia article on Procter & Gamble.
Excellent.
Please do not go edit the thing to have information about how to kill the vampires, Procter & Gamble.
How did you know how did you know I was going to do that?
All right. And is there any photographic documentation of that time and that corporation, maybe? Let's see.
Not in my private collection. I might be able to find something in the main archive. This is just the, this site's like where we do the document restoration and maintenance. If you give me a day or two, I might be able to go search the city archives for that.
That would be fantastic. Here's 2 coin for your problem, your help.
Oh, 2 coin. He looks very excited. You just gave him an absurd amount of money.
Yes, absolutely. I don't use it, so.
So what we're going to do is, during downtime, you're going to roll to acquire a resource and see how he does getting you stuff from the city archives.
Very well.
And the conversation concludes as you hear a high-pitched scream as the streets outside are now flooded with melted ghosts. JG, we're going to circle back to you and what you've been doing during the roughly 15 minutes Max has been doing this.
Well, you said I was across the street at my legal place?
So you were leaving legal. You left there, you got to where the police station was, because that's where you were supposed to go. But Winston went without you because you got held up with the legal matter. When you got there, you're like basically between the restaurant run by mimes and the police station. And the power is out. For you, the ghosts haven't spawned, but you do have the above game knowledge. A bunch of creepy ghosts are about to spawn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say that I was held up by mimes. Because I was going to try to follow to the bookstore, but the mimes were trying to get an order from me, and I didn't want to order anymore. And I don't speak mime.
No one does.
And they keep doing that thing where they put you inside the box and you don't know how to walk away without them making more box.
Yes. I took a class in mimery in college, but I didn't do very well, and I have no idea how to get past these mimes, so I don't get to the bookstore in time.
I will say you do know Winston is presumably in the evidence locker in the police station, and the police station had been expecting you. If you wanted to go check in with Winston as opposed to follow Max, you do have that plot thread.
Okay, I would like to check in with Winston, but I don't know how to get out of this box.
Tell you what, we're going to have you do a roll. Roll Prowl to sneak away from the mimes.
Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this.
however many pips you have filled in Prowl, you roll that many d6. If you have no pips, you roll 2d6 and take the worst result.
Yeah, but how do you get out of a box with mimes?
You awkwardly walk away and make eye contact with them unblinkingly as you just refuse to play along with their bit.
I don't think I have any in Prowl. I lost my sheet again.
Oh dear. If you remember serves, you're playing the spider, right?
Yeah.
The spider does not have any default pips in Prowl. Do you think you would have put pips in Prowl? Alright, so roll 2d6 and take the worst result.
I got a 3 and a 6.
Alright, so with a 3, technically it's a failure. So what happens is you try walking away, and you can't figure out how, but they also see that you're trying to leave, and they decide to just let you leave.
That's nice of them.
They thought you were into the bit, and now they're reading your body language like, oh no, she's not into it.
Yeah, no, not at all. I don't want to be here.
Alright, so you have free reign to go into the police station. The power is out.
Yeah, I'll walk right in. Yeah, I'm walking into the police station.
And you get inside, and the desk sergeant is missing. They're scattering because the power is out, but you get the impression that they're probably in the evidence locker with Winston. You know your way there. You've been here many times. You just walk in like you own the place because they're distracted.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just go towards where I think Winston is.
Winston.
Yes.
There is a ghost with their hand in your chest, and
yes,
the desk sergeant, who I forgot the name of last time, is
Lieutenant Surge.
Lieutenant Surge screamed really loud and ran into a wall and knocked himself unconscious, if memory serves.
Yes.
So, what do you do about this ghost with their hand in your chest? They have not squeezed yet.
My intention at first, okay, so they have not squeezed yet, so I do not need to roll to resist any kind of harm. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to compel them. I'm going to attune to the ghost field and force it to obey a command that I give it.
All right, I'll roll a tune.
So I'm essentially going to use the ghost field almost as some form of spectral protection to keep myself from being electrocuted.
All right.
Oh boy. Rolling 3 dice. That's a 3, 3, and a 2.
No, you try to do that, and you kind of watch them think about it. I think in your panic, you didn't attune as well as you could have.
Yep.
And this thing sees you as a sign of aggression. It squeezes your heart. Do you still have the harm marked for your heart last time?
No, I'm clean at this point.
All right, so you're gonna get back you're gonna get level 2 harm of heart murmur.
I would like to roll to resist that.
Absolutely. That's a mechanic we don't do often enough. Go ahead and roll to resist that. You're going to take an amount of stress equal to the result of your die.
And that's just 1.
You take 1 stress instead of taking a harm. This ghost does pull its hand out like, haha, I squeezed your heart. Thinking it was going to strike you dead, and then it looks confused why you're still alive.
I'm going to look it straight in the eye and lower my head to meet its gaze and say, listen, I'm sorry for what they've done to you. You didn't deserve it. You deserved the respect and the peace that comes with a proper afterlife. But you can still do some good in the situation that you're in right now.
JG, you walk into Winston talking to a ghost that is making garbling sounds.
Question, have I seen ghosts like this around before?
You saw them on the news before. There was a power outage at Julius Orange's bottling facility I don't remember, it was a few days ago, a week ago, a little while ago. And these ghosts were menacing that district. As a reminder to you and the listener, basically you see what should be a ghost, but instead of a glowing ambivalent white, it's kind of like a sickly green, and it looks like it looks like if someone took a wax statue of a person and just kind of melted it, so the facial features are distorted. There's just dripping kind of thing. It looks like it's been in a fire.
I'm going to reach into my coat really quick, and I'm going to pull out the actual black box that we're supposed to be stealing and getting it back to headquarters, and I'm going to toss it to JG and say, get that back home as fast as you can. This is what we came here for.
You know what? I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to do it. And JG,
it's not safe here. Just run.
Well,
Run!
Actually, she's saying that she does walk backwards and leaves.
I was going to say, you make any sudden movements? No, you do not. So the ghost stays fixated on Winston.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm walking as I'm talking. I'm walking backwards and I'm leaving.
Roll prowl again to get past the 2 police officers in the dark. I'll give you a bonus die because you are walking out in the dark and they don't think they aren't going to pay you any mind. So you get to just roll 1d6. I would remind you, you can also take stress to roll an additional d6 if you would like.
I will take a stress to help her and to basically cause a distraction by yelling for more help.
Okay. So Janie, if you want to also take stress, that would be 3d6 you roll. Up from 0, which is impressive.
Okay, so I got a 3, a 4, and a 4.
4 pushes you narrowly to a mixed success. So you bump into an officer, but they are so distracted by the fact that the precinct is being overrun by ghosts and they're one of 2 officers on duty, they don't pay any attention. They think you just have your briefcase or something.
I'm just going to keep going then. I'm not even just going to pretend like I wasn't there.
Lizzie and Sterling, you just finished murdering the fuck out of Julius Orange and his things. What do you 2 and Juicy Lucy want to be doing? You were like the bottom of the mountain, like you're aware of the power outage. You also have a big motherfucking kaiju-sized duck.
Oh yeah.
So we do know the power outage happened. Do we see like the melted ghosts flying around?
So Julius Orange's bottling facility is at the base of the mountain, not the Artisan District. It's in the Gates District. So you have no reason to know that because no one's radioed you. You do know that Winston's supposed to be up there and Max is supposed to be up there, so you do presumably have reason to go up there. And you do have a shortcut because you have a flying kaiju.
I hop on the back of the duck and hold on to Sterling and be like, let's go.
Can I just ask a question? Has anyone explained to Janie where the duck came from?
Nope.
No.
I'm just rolling with it.
Because we were talking about this in Discord, and it's fucking insane when you actually say it out loud.
JG would have no reason to know this, but Janie, basically what happened was there was an episode where they were collecting herbs, and there was a mutant duck. But there's like Digimon-style kaiju that exist in the wild in this universe. And Sterling basically did a really convincing duck call and a duck dance similar to the chicken dance to convince this thing that it is one of its children. And so Sterling has given the ability to call Mother Ducker for aid. Mother Ducker is basically a 30-foot tall duck.
Mother Ducker is like the evolved form.
My excuse is I wasn't there for that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't stop it.
But in this field, you just have to really sometimes accept what you see and then freak out.
Exactly. So I think the 2 of you go. Juicy Lucy is like I think she's like, nah, I'm going to go back to I'm in the office. You 2 got this, whatever's going on. She's going to go back to being office staff. But yeah, you 2 fly up there on Mother Ducker. And because she has a huge, powerful wing, she flies up the 10,000 steps really quick. And she drops you 2 off, and then she flies back to her thing because she owed Sterling 1 favor. Also, I feel like she's just gonna get shot at by the police who are already freaked out about the ghost if she sticks around.
I want to pet Mother Ducker's bill and say thank you. And go have fun. Eat lots of frogs.
Quack. She does that one viscerally deep quack and then flies away.
Big echoing just vibrates right through us.
Yeah, you actually watch as 2 ghosts just disperse at the vibrational frequency of this quack. And you're like, oh shit, the power's out and there's melting ghosts everywhere.
Oh shit. Power's out and there's melting ghosts everywhere. Alright, Lizzie.
Let's go see what Doc got himself into.
Yeah. Let's see what he's up to. Alright. And we head towards where we think Doc is?
Yeah, so you head towards the police station. We know Doc to be. JG's running out. You see the black box. If you want to have an exchange with JG, you can, but she has the mission objective, so unless you want to protect her, she's good.
Do we think that it would be better for her to have protection, or would it be worse for her to have us seen with her?
Probably worse to have us seen with her.
You are her
All right.
clients, I will point out.
This is true, but she's holding the black box.
Hey, question, can I put the black box inside my briefcase?
Sure. I have no idea how big a black box is in real life, so I'm going to say sure.
I don't know either, but
It is now briefcase
Actually,
size.
it is about a briefcase size, so...
yeah, now this looks like
Perfect.
my briefcase.
Yep, so JG just has to get safely back to her law offices through an area hostilely infiltrated by spectral murder ghosts.
Or to the ESPN offices.
Yes, at the bottom of the mountain. But either way,
What's easier to get to?
I feel like your law offices are definitely in this district. It's probably closer.
Okay, I'm going to the law offices, and I don't know if I can just like power my way through the ghosts or not. They're not my clients. So they shouldn't be bothering me.
All right, so for clarity, before we play the scene out, do either one of you escort JG for her safety, or is she on her own?
Lizzie probably will.
Okay, so Lizzie's kind of like following behind you at like I don't know, a decent gait, because Lizzie's a sharpshooter and doesn't need to be right up your rear end to protect you. There are two ghosts that approach JG.
I do have ectoplasma ammunition for my pistols that I can use.
Amazing. Roll hunt to obliterate these ghosts.
And guess where I put my pip tonight? So I get an extra die now. Well, that was a sucky roll. I got a 4.
Yeah, you get one of them with a 4 out of the two ghosts. Like, it just disperses when it's hit with the ectoplasmic bullet. JG, the other kind of looks at you. What do you do as this ghost just kind of stares at you going ooga booga booga as it's about to attack you?
Do you need my rate list for this? Because I'm not being compensated for it, and I need to be compensated for my time.
Roll sway to convince this ghost it has no interest in you.
Or convince it to hire you.
Alright, so as a spider, you would I don't know if you found your sheet yet. You don't default to points in sway, but I feel like you put some in there because you're an attorney.
You know what? Yes, I'm a lawyer. I need to sway people.
Okay, yep, so roll 2d6.
Okay, I got a 5 and a 1.
Yeah, with a 5, this thing looks really perplexed. It's like, what's a lawyer? And you just kind of walk past it while it's looking confused, like it is too distracted by the idea that you could be it could be your client.
Well, I said I needed to be compensated for my time, and I just want to keep walking. Keep walking.
Sterling, you get into the evidence locker, no problem, because these two gops are busy dealing with everything. And Winston is staring down this ghost, and you get the impression that the ghost is waiting for Winston to move, and Winston's not moving because Winston thinks the ghost will do something if he moves.
Buddy, how you doing?
Mixed. How are you doing? What do you need what is happening?
To be frank, I've been better. Well, I've apparently made a friend, and this friend is no longer interested in me living. It really kind of wants me to join it, and I would prefer not to do that. So, all in all, it's been about a midday, I'd say. If you could just make one sudden movement to get it to notice you, and then I'm going to try to make it turn into random spurts of electricity everywhere that will then destroy every piece of evidence in this locker.
Alright. I want to stand kind of like at an angle away from Winston so that when I'm gonna just like wave a hand and like, hey, over here. Hey, ghosty. So that it
Roll command.
Like 90 degrees away. Okay, I've got one die in that. That's a 3. Ugh.
the ghost kind of like looks at you and it kind of like starts slowly moving towards you. Winston's going to get a small window, but the margin of error here is pretty high for you guys.
Sure. You know what? In this case, as soon as it moves, I'm again going to try to attune to the ghost field. But this time, rather than trying to just tell it to stop and back down, I want it to do similarly to what I did to Famous Nathan and just send it off into the aether. Just like explode it from within and just send all of the energy throughout the room.
Is that? I don't remember that being what happened to Nathan. Sure. I remember you bottling Nathan.
Yeah, I bottled Nathan, but I'm thinking more just like destroying him. I kind of killed him.
Alright, yeah, you can kill this ghost to death. Roll a tune to do that.
5 is my highest.
Yeah, so what happens is you basically like shoot some spirit energy, like concentrate psychically really hard on this ghost, and Lieutenant Surge stands up like, okay, I'm okay now, guy. And like there's a big burst of electricity, and he gets shocked unconscious along with everything in the room. Yeah, somehow you and Sterling are prepared for this, are braced, and it doesn't get you. But yeah, like the evidence is fried. So just give me a 1d6 fortune roll really quick.
6.
You do not accidentally set the evidence room on fire.
Oh dear God. Okay, that was very scary. Sterling, these things are getting stronger, and I don't understand how, because they, in theory, as they're getting damaged and weakened and peeled apart, should be getting weaker. We need to get the holy hell out of here.
Yeah, we had some catching up to do, but
Piggyback, maybe? Piggyback, maybe? Just kind of run real fast.
I start taking some slow steps towards Winston, and I want to partially activate my boots in a low power mode so that they are smoking and smoldering as I glare at him. And
All right. No uppies then, I see. Okay, let's talk.
I draw my blade. If you ever harm my friends again, I'll cut your throat myself.
Listen, I didn't hurt him. I knew he was going to be fine, and you said you trusted me.
I did trust you.
Well, you can still trust me. It all works out for the best.
You can see signs of a little bit of violet light in Sterling's eyes.
He's invincible. Sterling, Sterling, are you okay?
Let's go.
No. What? Look at me for a second. Sterling?
We have a lot to do, but just as long as we're clear, whatever excuses you have for the choices you've been making lately.
Sterling? Don't forget I'm your boss. And what I say goes around here.
Hold the knife to his throat. I don't want to do damage, but that was not the de-escalating route to take that conversation.
I'm not the attorney in this situation. I would like to cite the case of Mr. Incredible versus his boss in the I say I'm your boss to somebody who can murder you legal precedent. But yeah, roll command to try and intimidate Winston. Winston, I guess roll... I'm thinking here.
You made a command back?
Yeah, roll command back.
Command off.
Roll depends to make sure you don't soil yourself.
It's a 2 and a 4.
I got a 3.
All right, with a 3, I guess Winston can decide how intimidated or not he feels, but I feel like Winston definitely knows he is in foreseeable danger if he doesn't comply with the big, scary muscle person who usually keeps him alive.
Sterling, the only thing you need to know is that we have the same objectives. How we choose to go about them, it might be different. But, like you said, you trusted me. And everything that I'm doing is to keep all of us safe. I care more about the 3 of you and Benny than I have about any other person in my life. Since the day I was born. Family's found, you said it yourself. You can keep trusting me.
You kept stuff from us, and you stabbed Max, and we don't know what's going on. What else are you keeping? By the way, we killed Julius.
Good job. There'll be a bonus in your check this week. Let's go.
Yeah. I'll put my knife away.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Don't tell me you haven't checked out Bard Rock Cafe yet. I would say it's not the end of the world, but I don't know if that's true for us. After a meteor crashed into our tavern and holy magic stopped working, weird stuff started happening all around us. Stuff I certainly don't know how to explain. Turns out, something is destroying entire planes throughout the universe. And we, of course, are the only ones who can stop it. That would be stressful enough if we weren't getting our hands turned into eggs, acquiring sudden constant amnesia, or disappearing entirely, or having our arms turned to flippin' iron, or whatever, while we're trying to accomplish literally anything. Can our heroes save the day? Can we? I don't know. Find out on Bard Rock Cafe, wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
So you two emerge from the police station, and Max and Lizzie have also reconvened because Max got what he needed, and Lizzie successfully escorted JG to the law office. And you hear wah, 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 as famous Nathan's version of the Ghostbusters shows up to deal with the ghosts.
Does anybody want to talk to him, or am I the only one who feels like we've moved past this?
Well, it sounds like we need to kill him, doesn't it?
I mean, Luigi. And for the record, it's not Nathan, it's just Luigi and the other Mario brothers. Mario, Waluigi, Wario.
Are we all in the same place now?
I think everyone's going to rendezvous with your law office after this scene if they want to interact with the Ghostbusters.
I plan on just leaving. I'm not interested in Nathan's team anymore. We have bigger fish to fry.
They're not my client, so I don't really care.
You get to the offices of Johnson & Johnson, which is outside of the circumference of the power outage. And because you said there are fish to fry, there's actually a hibachi restaurant set up for the high-level clients in the lobby. Yeah, it's like a pop-up thing where it's clearly oh hey, it's hibachi day, isn't that fun? You can get escorted right up to JG's office. Oh yeah, she's on. JG, how I would say it's a 10-story building. What floor do you think your office is on? Just for funsies.
8th floor.
Yeah, it's 8th floor. So you get in an elevator. You guys love riding in elevators. And once again, we'll see what we have for this particular elevator's background music.
Dummy, dummy, dum, 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 dummy, 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 dum.
And the elevator dings, and you all walk out to JG's office, where JG is... JG, what are you doing in your office?
Right now, I'm looking at my advertising budget because those ghosts should have known who I was. I'm kind of ticked off about it.
Listen, Attorney Wentworth, you can't expect the undead to be concerned with the matters of the living. Now, I understand that they may have hurt your feelings, but just be glad that they didn't hurt your actual person.
Well, they were once alive once, weren't they?
They were at one point or another, but...
So they should know who I am.
Yes, but these have also been thrown into a volcano and melted down to provide us electricity.
Yes, but that's no excuse.
I like how she just doesn't even balk at this. Like, oh yeah, no, we're burning corpses so we can use their ghosts for electricity. I think that's hilarious. Janie, I want you to know that is not common public knowledge. That should have been like a shocker to you. Like, at best, Winston just said something preposterous. At worst, you just learned some terrible secrets about this city.
Yeah, I figured that, but JG is really concerned that the ghost did not know.
You're like the Cynthia Erivo of Paradise. It's like people are casting you as in a fan cast of Hercules, and you're just like, I am not in the ensemble. What are you talking about? Regardless, you have the contraband.
Yeah, you have the black box.
Yes, I have it, but you've seen my advertising campaign, right? What can I do differently with the advertising?
Well, I mean, short of hiring a medium to talk to spirits, I mean, there's really not much else that you. Okay, I mean, there's me and there's Nathan. There's like two of them that exist right now. Or there's JCPenney if you would like to go out to the wastelands.
No, could I hire you to advertise out to them who I am?
Sure, we'll settle up at the end of this, and then we can. My rates and your rates will work something out. We'll work together.
Okay, let me draw up a contract for you.
Hey, another contract. Max, can you talk to her?
Yes, JG, please. Anything that you can do to be of service, please just, without hesitation. There are more things under heaven and earth than we know about. There used to be a saying where we knew everything that was under the sun and the moon, but these days we're dealing with something a little stranger, danger. Thoreau.
Yes.
I have this satchel. I made a small stop. Inside the satchel, you'll find some books and a letter. Don't open them right now. I know how you are with communications.
Did you write a second copy in the event that these two rip it up into tiny pieces?
I have small letters written throughout the entire city, and they all have their own key, so you can transcribe and translate, so that you can figure out what they actually mean. But this one, the original one, is written in plain English. I need you to read it later, when I may not be exactly of sound mind. It's very important.
I understand completely. You and I are completely on the same page. We're doing what needs to be done, and I'm just going to glare at Sterling as I say that.
Does Max notice that there might be a small, like, wafer-thin knife mark?
Roll survey? Or study, whatever you're better at.
That's a 4.
I think you notice it for a second and think, is that a knife mark? But it's hard to tell if it's just like a natural crinkle in Winston's
Yes,
skin
a
or
crinkle in a young man's just very supple skin. Yes.
Max, I cut myself shaving. What are you looking at?
Oh, I just looking at your delectable taut flesh over the pulsating artery.
I thought you weren't the vampire. I thought that was the whole thing, is that you were the anti-vampire.
Just messing with you, boy.
I feel like I'm losing my mind here.
No.
Just so you know, Lizzie would have seen that because I rolled a 6.
Okay, Lizzie is definitely clocked. There's visible sign that Winston had a knife put to his neck.
So are there any ghosties around us at the moment?
No, you are safely outside of the ghost zone.
Okay, well, I'm going to set up a file for ghosts.
All right.
In my filing system. Oh, speaking of, before I forget, and I take out the black box out of my briefcase.
Okay. We'll take that, and we will destroy this. Thank you for helping. I appreciate this. There'll be a nice... You know what? My services to you will be pro bono because of your help so far.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
We need a plan of action. Benny's trial is tomorrow. What are we going to do to ensure that we have the resources that we need to go after Procter & Gamble? Does anyone have any theory? Does anyone have any ideas, any suggestions?
Well, I mean, they don't have any evidence, which is always a good thing.
But they still have a confession. How do we get that reversed?
Maybe talk to Benny himself?
There is that, or we could actually do something that is completely in left field, something that only someone who is of unsound mind would fathom doing at this point. Something so ridiculously on the other side of normalcy and sanity might even ponder doing. And that's tell the truth.
I'm sorry, what?
Tell the truth. I was on that airship. I have damaged the parachutes intentionally, but also the whole thing with the homunculi, vampires, everything we know of them.
You may actually have a point because they don't want to kill Max.
Right, but so let me just process what we're saying here. Max is going to get called as a witness as the person who was on the blimp. And he is going to explain that Famous Nathan has created a group of flesh zombies, shall we say, with soul bottles trapped inside of their appendices.
I believe it's appendices.
Appendices that are indestructible and unkillable, and then when we crashed the blimp, we didn't actually kill them. That doesn't deal with the corporate espionage piece of it. Even if we didn't, Benny wasn't responsible for their deaths. He's still responsible for the loss of funds, the loss of business, which in Paradise's messed up world is more serious than the death of those 4 employees.
Yes, but we also have a couple of other star witnesses. If I am not to be reliable, if you know what I'm saying, we also have actual homunculi. We know of them. We employ one of them, for God's sake.
This is very true.
You actually do have one of the allegedly dead people working in your
See, this is
office.
why Lucid Max is good Max.
So, if we bring Juicy Lucy to the courthouse tomorrow, there's no way that Benny's confession,
Would hold up.
because she's not dead.
Also, I would probably want to have Victor come as a character witness, and the good doctor that is capable of creating such beings as a expert in the field.
I could probably get Victor to come.
Yes, the second most wanted person in the West Coast.
I don't think Victor's going to be available. Because if Victor's available, we'll be attending Victor's
Sure.
trial the following day. Although fortunately they can't put him to death.
Do you think there's a cage that could hold him? What time is the trial?
Midday tomorrow. I will also point out in regards to Max's suggestion of pointing out everything about homunculi and vampires. Procter & Gamble almost did you a murder for implying you knew they were vampires. You will not get out of that courtroom alive except maybe Max. You need a way to disperse that information that doesn't put you in a locked room with 2 super vampires.
JG, have you ever heard of Guerrilla Radio?
Let me check my files to see if I've heard of it.
You absolutely have. They hijack the radio signal several times a day and play on every TV and radio in Paradise. It's actually moderately annoying.
Well, according to this file, I have possibly heard of this.
Has your firm represented them at any point in time?
Well, let me just check my disclosures to make sure that it's not in the disclosures.
Yeah, go ahead and roll survey to go through there, and I'll remind you that attorney-client confidentiality is the thing, and that you probably wouldn't be able to tell them that.
Yeah.
Listen, you can pass a conflicts check just by me paying you more money. It's fine.
This is a dystopian capitalist future, so yeah, that checks out. Actually.
You have already carried stolen contraband from a police station. You can tell me who,
I didn't know
who you've
such
represented.
thing.
You allegedly, fine. You allegedly stole contraband from a police station. I understand.
I allegedly did. I did nothing. You cannot accuse me of something. I was nowhere near a police station today.
You have an eyewitness account.
Is that witness a reliable witness?
Oh, I am the most reliable witness ever.
You're Nathan?
How very dare you? I am reporting you to Human Resources. Maud will see you in the morning.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll get right on that since you don't know her name.
Oh.
I've forgotten it 55 times. We've given her 100 different names. It's okay. She's like 79 years old.
Yeah.
It is now canonically B. Arthur,
Naked
actually.
pictures of B. Arthur?
Oh my gosh, Airhead. That's an
I
Airhead
got
reference.
that
Airheads.
Deadpool reference.
It's a 1990s film with Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, and Brendan Fraser playing rock stars who
Take
But
over
it's
a radio
also
station.
in Deadpool, too.
Yeah, they take a radio station.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryan referenced
Yeah, he mentioned
Airheads.
it, but that's where he got it from.
Probably as a reference to it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, Deadpool referenced the thing that referenced the thing. Oh, I'm shocked.
They mentioned that because they were trying to get an insanity defense. And so they were like asking for all the weirdest things. There was like a giant baby bottle, naked pictures of B. Arthur, and a lot of other weird stuff that they like requested to release the hostages. I can't believe I remember all the details of this movie.
It was on Comedy Central like once a week. It's wonderful.
Yeah, so it sounds like your plan is to get in contact with Rebel Radio / Guerrilla Radio is what we call them, yeah. And get in touch with their anchor, who I believe is called Liberty Mutual. So she can disperse the information about the vampires and homunculi in the city. And your plan is to have Juicy Lucy and Max testify what happened in a way that makes it look like Benny's not responsible for the corporate espionage. Like, between the two of them being corroborating witnesses, you'd be like, oh no, the blue malfunctioned.
Well, that's what I said all along.
I also want to pull a folder out of my jacket and hand it to JG and say, JG, here's some additional information that you may find useful as you review our case.
What is in the folder?
Just read it on your own time, and we can talk about it tomorrow.
Thank you. That will help.
I think we all need to go to bed now.
I need to prepare a lawsuit against some mimes. They interrupted my business earlier.
Did Salud forget your name or what you vaguely looked like?
No, these were mimes that stopped me from...
Salud is the restaurant where everyone vaguely knows what you look like, and it is canonically stabbed by mimes.
You must want to process
They only vaguely know what you
a
look
suit
like, that's
against
why.
your advertising agency, because if the mimes don't know what you look like and the ghosts don't know what you look like, then what are you paying them for anyway?
I lost a... That's my next case, my next big case.
Damage to your reputation?
Yes. I mean, this is going to be a huge case because of who my advertising firm is.
Who's your advertising firm?
My advertising firm is... I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the advertising firm name.
And I'm good at characters, I'm not good at fake companies.
Do you use the McDonald's firm or do you use the Wendy's firm?
I use the Taco Bell.
Or the Arby's? Taco and Bell? No, you can't use Taco and Bell. Listen, I will get you... I'll get you our card in the morning. It'll be... Let's just use my guy. My guy's much better.
Well, Taco and Bell was recommended to me by my hiring person for the firm. Probably sabotage.
Don't make me ask you for their name. Please don't.
It was sabotage. Okay, I'll take care of that.
Burger King is who we use.
Burger and King.
Yeah, Burger and King. Yeah, so everyone goes their separate ways to rest, unless you want to sleep as one unit tonight, because last time you guys went to bed for the night separately, you did get robbed.
I'm going back to ESPN to stay at the office, if anyone else would like to join me.
Riley sleeps there already. Sorry, Sterling. Sterling! Sorry.
No, Sterling sleeps there, Riley does not. No, actually, no, Riley kicks down the fourth wall every night and sleeps in your headquarters.
Yeah, my friend Riley. Helps dust my beanies.
Sterling, is Riley going to be there tonight, or is it just going to be you?
Are we doing the split up thing, or?
I'm going back to ESPN. I have some work to do before I go to sleep.
Alright.
I think Lizzie's gonna go back there too. After she gets a bottle from her apartment.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go back.
Thoreau?
Yeah, Max, what's going on?
Keep that satchel with you. And when you are alone tonight, make sure that you read that letter. Sterling and Lizzie, let him read in peace. There's some private things in there that need to be said just between myself and Thoreau. Should anything happen to me, as will be my last wish.
Alright, nice.
Dear Penthouse. Tommy, take that joke out. That was very bad.
No, I thought that I would in fact start writing up a plan for a new business where we market a bunch of T-shirts with interesting sayings like "Come over tonight and dust my beanie babies."
I think that the Beanie Babies would be offended by that.
Come look at my bottles of liquid.
Is that a spirit in your bottle, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, what is the show?
Also, the Dear Penthouse joke that should be cut out made me think of, there should be an advice article in this universe that's called Dear Arby.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Or Dear Wendy.
Should we keep that in, but just bleep the bleep joke? That...
You can leave it in and let me be humiliated by it, because I deserve to be humiliated by it for making that really awful joke at that point in time.
Yeah, sometimes a joke doesn't land, but it leads to someone making a good joke.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I would write Dear Arby's. I love hot fries.
I think we've discovered Jim's kink.
Hot curly fries?
No, don't take the joke out. Just leave it in because I deserve it.
Okay, but now I want fries, y'all.
Yeah, so I think what happens is you all, before you part ways for the night, you do go to another restaurant that's not Salute because you're all freaked out by the mimes, and share curly fries like the shawarma scene in Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Perfect. I needed some fries.
And so you all go to sleep for the night. Jim, did you actually have anything to do, or you just flavorfully you're doing paperwork?
I was hoping to have a conversation with Sterling before we woke up in the morning.
Okay.
So I'm assuming we both go back to our own separate quarters. I'm in my office, you're up in your sleeping quarters, and all of a sudden you just hear on the door.
Yeah, the door to the loft.
Yeah, well, whatever the I'm standing on the ladder, just kind of looking at you with a little bit of a softer vision on my face than I had before. Whereas before there was just frustration and just a little bit of fear. Now there's somewhat of a smile. In my hand, I have my left hand, I have 2 mugs of cocoa. Care to chat?
Sterling's kind of guarded, but receptive to Winston's change of expression.
Winston at this point has no suit coat on, no hat, no tie. Our sleeves are rolled up. Sits crisscross applesauce up in the loft and hands Sterling a cup. I want you to know that if I scared you, or if I made you feel unsafe in any way, I am sorry. It wasn't my intention to do so. There's a lot of pressure on me at the moment from lots of different areas. And I've never been in this position before. I've never had people I've needed to take care of before. I've never had responsibilities. I've just had a grift and a smile and maybe a couple of ghosts. But now I have the three of you. I have this entire business and what feels like the entire city on my shoulders waiting for me to come and help them. And that's not an excuse. It's just an explanation.
I get that you're doing your best, and you do a lot of good, which is why we trusted you, and that can be built back up, but not if you stab your friends. I know you're confident that he'd be okay, but you hurt him.
I understand, and he socked me square in the jaw, and I deserved it.
Storm looks a little bit guilty, but doesn't say anything.
I mean, you could have socked me square in the jaw as well. I mean, when you pull a dick move, you get treated like a dick.
I don't want to have to.
I get it, man. I get it. It's not fair. None of us should be in the position that we're in right now. We're postal couriers. Why are we fighting dinosaurs and being asked to save the world?
We're very good at our jobs.
Actually, as Winston asked that question, I think your gaze in your peripheral, you see like an old United States Postal Service like advertisement just hanging there, kind of like Benny was trying to be ironic for decoration. You see a thing that says rain, snow, sleet, or hail.
And right next to it is the ESPN one that says, "We don't take return to sender for an answer." All right, what happened to Julius's?
We may have made a bit of a scene, but on the bright side, we may have scared any witnesses into silence, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. Do you remember the Ducker dance?
I remember the duck vaguely. I was very drunk at the time, but yes, I remember the Ducker dance.
Oh, I mean after the party, when we befriended the Mother Ducker.
Oh,
yeah,
up in the woods. Wait a minute,
yeah.
It actually came when you.
She came and got real big and helped us out. So we did cause a bit of a ruckus, but Lizzie finished off Orange.
Sterling, in the event that this whole delivery service thing doesn't work out for you, you may want to consider a career as a combat critter trainer.
Sterling kind of brightens at that.
Huh. What did you find?
Above the table, we rolled pretty bad, right? We didn't find as much as we were hoping.
The only thing you really found was evidence that all the evidence had been given to famous Nathan already.
Oh, and they got the what's it called? The invoice, basically saying that the invoice saying that things have been delivered to Nathan, and they also got the bottle of whiskey and Sterling's Beanie Baby back.
Yes. And no idea why Winston had a deck of playing cards stolen from him.
I didn't find your cards. I'm sorry. I was looking.
Everything was there, but they didn't have my trading card. Okay, it's okay. I'm a grown man. I'm not upset about a deck of trading cards from when I was a child, even though they were all alternate art holofoils, and I had them sleeved in my favorite color sleeves, and they were in my favorite deck box, and that's okay. I'm a man, and I'm not upset about that. Take a long photo.
We've got some work to do, but we're still friends. If you need those back, we can help.
Sterling, I have a question for you. Do you think that Sterling feels sufficiently mended with Winston that the bridge is starting to kind of heal at this point? You feel like you'd be, if you knew something that would be helpful to him, you'd be open about it?
Definitely open to it, but the trust has definitely been damaged.
So I'm going to say this. Sterling runs in the rough and tumble circle, like Sterling and Mercy, like that friend group is kind of like the rebels of Paradise. That's fair to say?
Yes, threatening a friend's life isn't necessarily a deal breaker.
No. That I'm asking because I want to establish something. Because here's the thing, I could ask you to roll something, but all the stats that are relevant to you remembering or knowing things are very bad for you. So without a roll, because it just makes sense for your character, I'm going to say Sterling knows who Liberty Mutual is. I'm going to say, like, they're not like a friend, but like they're a friend of a friend. So you're like, oh yeah, I know Liberty Mutual. You could get in contact with her if you wanted to.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to take a sip of the cocoa and then kind of quietly admit I might have a connection to the guerrilla radio if you need to get in touch with them.
I think we need to get in touch with them.
All right.
I think that everything that we can do to put all of this out in the open, you know what they say? Light kills all of the ills that exist in the world.
All right. If we're sure we're doing this, let's do it.
I'm gonna go get my beauty sleep because I think tomorrow I might be interviewed.
Yeah, and so you all get to sleep for the night. You do not get robbed in your sleep this time.
When I go back to my bed, can I just pull out the letter that Max... Blades Daddy, can I please do more things? Can I please do...
Okay, yeah, really quick. Max, what does the letter say?
Actually, Jim, why don't you do your best Max impression?
Sure. Winston, I don't know how much longer I will be lucid, but I have procured historical and theoretical information about Procter & Gamble. Vampire accounts from an Oscar Van Helmens, and working schematics from a Nikolai Tesla. Combined, a more reliable version of a ghost containment device and the possible evolutionary beginnings of vampires. I hope this may come to fruition for you. Best wishes, Max. T.S. Don't stab me without warning again. It may upset Sterling. Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Queenie as Lizzie Calhoun, Amel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remis, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Special thanks to Janie Potts for joining us this week as J.G. Wentworth. Dami is our editor, and Allison is our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe, starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.